Hey everybody, we're back. This is video numero dos, number 2. That would be the hubby's hands. You met Peyton in the last video. This is the hubs. He never smiles. Anyway, here we go. Here are the answers and how I got the answers to number 3, 4, and 5. Number 3 says you have to create a segment that's 2m plus half of n. So remember, anytime they ask you for half of anything, you have to do the perpendicular bisector. So you'll notice I did the perpendicular bisector here to get half of segment m. And then here I did the perpendicular bisector to get half of segment n. And then you'll notice that we have another question that asks for a quarter of n. Well, you know, half of a half is a quarter. So I had to do a second perpendicular bisector on the shorter segment to get a quarter. So I'm not going to go over how to do this. You guys are really good with the segments, but I just wanted to show you how to get half and a quarter. Now on this side we have the angles. So anytime they ask for half of an angle, that would be your angle bisector. So remember, place your compass on these two ends and then make an arc go here, and then put your point here and make the arc go the other way, and that would be your angle bisector. So everything that I've highlighted represents half of the angle. She's crying. Remember, you used to cry like that for your parents. Alright, and so angle S plus half of T. So what I like to do when we're doing these angles, I like to make a full circle. And then after I make a full circle, then I like to measure the angle on that circle. So you would measure all of S, and you would start from where your circle intersects with the line that you drew, and then you would measure how far apart
it's charging right now.
Your angle is, and put it at that intersection to create this arc. Now, instead of drawing the line first, what you would do is just go to this intersection here, measure half of T, and then go here and make an arc. I already gave you an apple.
Here, Peyton.
She already had an apple. See if she'll drink the strawberry milk.
Oh, Peyton, you want some milk?
So then to finish, we're going to connect this line, and this whole line from here all the way to here will represent S plus half of T. And remember, if you highlight it, you don't even need to draw this line. This line is not necessary, but for me, I like to see the two different angles and then highlight where they are together. But if you had made this arc and then made this arc and then just had this line, that would be perfectly okay. Alright, this second angle winds up being what's called a reflexive angle. A reflexive angle is when the angle is bigger than 180 degrees. So you'll see that this angle goes all the way around, and it winds up underneath the line. So anytime you make an angle and it winds up underneath the line, that is a reflexive angle. And this reflexive angle is representing 2S plus T. So if you did this and it came out underneath, you did not do it wrong. So the S arc goes here. Then from this arc on the circle, you would put the point of the compass, and you would measure S again. And then that's how this arc was created. And then at that intersection, you'd measure how big T was, and then put the measurement there. Okay, the last one is subtraction. So again, I like to make a big circle. It says T minus. So first thing you want to do is measure T and put it on your circle. So this is the arc. This arc here represents T. And then what you want to do is measure half of S And instead of going here, which is what we usually do, you would actually go back to the beginning, because this is subtraction, and make an arc there. And then your leftover space after you put in half of s would be your t minus half of s. So this whole thing is t. This is half of s. This represents t minus half of s. Alright, last thing, and then we're done with videos, so hopefully this video and the last video will help you. So this is my angle, and they said they want you to copy it so that it's a reflection. So a reflection means that we've taken our angle and we've flipped it across and it's facing the other direction. So if all you did was copy it and it looks exactly the same, that's what we would call a translation. And we're going to learn all these words next week. So what you had to do was create your line, label that E, because E and B would be the same point, and then measure from B to anywhere you want that you made your arc, and I call that point F, and then measure how far apart the angle is and put it there. So basically you're copying an angle, but instead of the angle going this way, you have to flip it and make it go that way. So I know I talk kind of fast. So the great thing about these videos is that you can rewind, watch it again, rewind, watch it again. All right? Good luck on Tuesday, everybody.